Morning traders, and this is your DAX review for today. So we got the move to the upside, although the starting move to the downside would have triggered a couple of short trades, but you can see how those stops were taken out. Now, just a word of warning: often when you see a single bar like this, it turns out to be an exhaustion bar, especially when it goes to a level. And the level in this case was the 200 EMA. You can see we accelerated into it and then closed on it and then just went sideways. But the buyers did come in off the 200 EMA. They kept coming in off it. The trend is currently reversed on the hour. We have broken through this downward trend line as well. Okay. So there it is there. We pulled back and then accelerated up. So we do have sellers coming in, and you can see where the sellers are coming in. I have a Brooks gap up here right there. And look at that. Sellers come in off there, taking their, basically taking their profit for the long. Okay, so this current trend is to the upside. I'd like to see some sort of a pullback before we get back into this, but the reality at this stage is, let's just use these. There is my downside fractal. There is my upside fractal. If we break below this, because it will be below the alligator, that would trigger a short trade. That's 12 to 58, 12 to 68. Okay, so let's call it 12 to 65. We break through that. It's going to trigger a short trade. We break, which we have broken through 12,311. That triggers a long trade. So for me, it's the fractals, and we'll get those fractals off a lower time frame. But there's another scenario here, and I pointed it out yesterday. There was a potential head and shoulders brewing. Here's your shoulder, here's your head. Here's your shoulder, and we're testing the neckline. So for me, there is merit for longs, and longs target is around 12,418, and I'd actually pretty much take my first fractal on the hour here, which is 12,400. Okay, so that would kind of be my take profit area. Okay, one thing to bear in mind, this may fail. Let me just delete the noise. So we do have a bit of structure here, and we're above the alligators, but it could also fail based on the following. So we are testing a breakout. Okay. Are we testing a breakout here? So basically what could be happening here is we've risen up to test the breakout, and now we fall. And the reason I say that is that was my channel. We've stepped below the channel, and we're now running up the outside of the channel. Okay, so the thing to do is to take a much lower time frame, like a 12 minutes here, and I'll just adjust that a bit more. Okay, see there's my channel, sideways out of it, down, up to test it. Okay, and I have diversions here as well. So I've got a high, higher high, high, lower high. So that is diversions at the moment. So if I'm looking at the 12 minutes, what I'll be paying attention to is my first fractal level, which is here. Just be warned, look at the left, you can see all this confusion here, buyers and sellers not knowing what to do. So there's a lot of resistance that's going to come in this area. Okay, and one of the ways to just double check that is just pop across the ichimoku, and you will see what I mean. So the size of the cloud indicates the amount of resistance to the left. So thicker cloud, lots of resistance to the left, and there's resistance. So whatever short happens, you'll probably find that it's only really going to play the structure out, which takes us right back onto the cloud here. Okay, I am on the 12 minute. If we go to the hour, you're going to see we do have a bullish crossover. We've got a twist, and we've got Chiku span through price. So there are three bullish signals here. However, we are on the cloud. So normally what would happen is you'd expect some kind of a pullback, and those pullbacks could just be a shallow one to there, or it could be a deeper one down to there, or anything in between. And that would be a good area. Okay, so if we look at the 4 hour, you'll see the trend is still to the downside. We have diversions here. There's a high, lower high, low, higher, low, higher, sorry, low, there's a low, and there's a higher low. Okay, so it's divergence from price. So you would almost expect this to move to the downside. Again, entries are going to be sort of, you're looking for breaks to the downside. Okay, so we're testing Kijinson and we're testing the cloud. And then the last one to look at is on the daily, which daily says trend is up. Okay. And we've got a pin bar, close above the pin bar. So yeah, to me, looking at the daily, the trend is definitely to the upside. We should be looking for upside trade. But there could still be a deeper pullback. Okay. So that's kind of my view at the moment is I'm more inclined to believe that we have upside potential, but this day-long consolidation area here could offer support, or we could bomb through it and it could offer resistance. Okay, so levels to watch really are 12,315, so between 12,300 and 12,315, and even worse would be, and this is where you get a difficult one, but I would say the bottom of the channel here, 12,278. 12,278 is what we need to pay attention to as well. Okay, but for now, the trend is up at the moment, so that's kind of what I'm looking to trade. Trade with the trend. Take a lower time frame, 12 minutes, 30 minutes. Use that for your structure and trade that accordingly. Okay, so if we break below the fractals, if you're breaking below a fractal and the break is also below the middle line or the teeth of the alligator, that is an indication to get out of any longs and potentially wait for the next trigger for a short trade. Okay, at this stage, we do have a potential double top here. Okay, and if I just look at what the futures market is doing at the moment, we are down 0.2%. So nothing major, but I think that's kind of the trade that we're looking at the moment. So could be another retest at the bottom of this channel, or alternatively just come back in here, hold it, stay above the alligator, and then continue to the upside. Okay, there's a bit of a mixed bag, and it is Friday, so it could be continue to be a mixed bag, or it could pick a direction. But in my experience, it's normally you'll get the similar kind of price action as what we got for most of yesterday. Okay, so anyway, guys, hope it helps somewhat. Otherwise, take the long weekend, which is probably what I'm going to be doing by the looks of things. Anyway, catch up with you later. Cheers for now.